A dream was born, a dream of two young men, a dream so daring that it seemed unlikely that it will be transformed into reality. But the dream is a source of powerful energy that keeps the flame of desire to succeed burning. It may take years, but the vision of adventure keeps the dreamers reaching for their goal. Dream is like a seed that farmer plants, and with his hands and sweat cares for it, awaiting the fruit of his labor. And when that fruit ripens, it is time for celebration of the successful accomplishment. It is time for that adventure and excitement. The dreamers of the night wake in the morning to find the dream was a vanity. The dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they will act on their dreams to make them reality.
My life journey is slowly coming to the end. Like everything in life, all the adventures are only memories now. I feel the need to share it. I am not sure why. Perhaps this ever-changing world and my age makes me do it. So much has happened in those 80 years. All those places I have been to, all the people from all over the world I have met. It is difficult to remember it all. I am old, but my mind is still buzzing with the new ideas, but it is too late now. I am a bit sorry that maybe I was born too early to take the advantage of all the new technology, to capture all the images from those distant places, distant past during those 80 years. But then I ask myself, would those stories be the same? Perhaps not. So I am putting together some of those memories to share them with you. That invisible movie ice playing only in my mind, and I am trying to recapture it again. Recapture it in a collage, a mixture of their real film and the one created by artificial intelligence virtual reality. I hope you do not mind. 2 years had passed. After all was said and done, a brand new beautiful boat had seen the first light of the day. Beginning of the great adventure begun, we were on our way to unknown. 2 greenhorns, landlubbers from a landlocked country, were on the way to meet their biggest challenge, crossing the Atlantic Ocean to dreamed-up paradise. How different it felt from all the talk, planning, hard work, and dreaming. I suddenly felt fear. All we knew was a theory of boat building, sailing, and cruising the blue waters of the ocean we had learned from the book, sailing guides, movies, and few other sailors. Our boat was halfway finished before we had an opportunity to step on the deck of a friend's boat of similar size, who took us for a sail on the lake. It was almost surreal to feel for the first the power of the wind pushing the heavy steel boat along the surface of the water, and listening to the sound of the bow of the boat cutting through the waves. And then it was only us heading out for the Atlantic Ocean on our boat. strongboat, well built with our hands but so poorly equipped that our grand plans sail around the world had to be modified greatly. We just were not ready for such monumental adventure.
From the departure from Lake Ontario to pleasurable sail down Hudson River, to few days we enjoyed the hustle and bustle of New York City. Each experience could be made into a short film of its own. 2 weeks sailing across Atlantic Ocean, and those 18 months we spent among the islands of Caribbean could be made into a movie hundreds hours long. But who would want to watch that? The world has changed since the time of our voyage. The voyage of two nautical beginners from Slovakia who had no idea about sailboats, about sea voyages, and not to mention about the knowledge of the construction of our yacht. Nevertheless, even with the poor equipment, primitive compared to today's technology, we reached for that dream, for that experience of those old maritime explorers. Even though our destination were the islands of the Pacific Ocean, those beautiful islands were for us too far away. We have reached our dream paradise. We were proud of our success. We discovered places about which we read in those adventure books. Those feelings cannot be described in words or shown in a film. The price of our adventure was great, but the experience and the fruits of our hard work were even greater. When I think of our adventure, every time I remember different moments that a person could write about. We usually forget about bad and hard times and remember the beautiful adventure. Our adventure is one of thousands, but everyone is different. Everyone was done under different conditions, and everyone contains feeling of those who write about it or make a film about the adventure. Those personal experiences will remain forever in our memories, in our hearts, and also in our sailing diaries or logbooks. Whether it was Joshua Slocum, Francis Chichester, or the old-time sailors and pirates, we saw it too. Our humble voyage is also recorded in the annals of history of sailing on small ships. Ship ahoy! I've heard that greeting so many times during 20 years of my sailing adventures. Many of us search in life for something more exciting than a mundane, everyday life. Some look for it high in the skies with their bird-like wings. Others use their hands, legs and lungs to climb the steep walls of the high peak hidden in the clouds to reach their goal high. Then they are those like me who seek the thrill of the waves and the wind of the waste ocean with its charm, beauty. But although the fear and danger, they follow the rows of the compass and the full sails that are pushing them to their destination. They share this wonder with other kind, one that dives below the surface of the sea, to the silent world, full of colors and the music which human ear cannot hear. Follow me on my journey, Farmo, the birth of the dream to its realization. From the noisy, dusty industrial hall to the quiet lagoon with crystal clear water and colorful fish. To make a good film about sailing adventure which lasted 18 months is next to impossible. 18-month sequels, 547 days, each saturated with hundreds of events. Moments of mini adventures which sailing the blue water of the ocean brings and the daily sails among the islands of Caribbean. How can one compress all of that into 1 hour-long film? As the saying goes, the picture is worth 1,000 words. I will not talk much. I just want to say how lucky I feel to have the opportunity to undertake such adventure. Adventure is not a package one can buy in the store. Adventure is a combination of a dream, hard work, days of full of dust, sway and blood, and lots of money. Adventure is life and what we can make out of it. Adventure is love of nature, beauty and all that comes with it on our beautiful blue planet, our Mother Earth. No matter how the adventure ends, we should never be sorry for what we have done, good or bad. We can only be sorry for what we have not tried to do. For all of that, I am eternally grateful. Even though our destination were the islands of the Pacific Ocean, those beautiful islands were for us too far away. We have reached our dream paradise. We were proud of our success. We discovered places about which we read in those adventure books. Those feelings cannot be described in words or shown in a film. The price of our adventure was great, but the experience and the fruits of our hard work were even greater. When I think of our adventure, every time I remember different moments that a person could write about. We usually forget about bad and hard times and remember the beautiful adventure. Our adventure is one of thousands, but everyone is different. Everyone was done under different conditions, and everyone contains feeling of those who write about it or make a film about the adventure. Those personal experiences will remain forever in our memories, in our hearts, and also in our sailing diaries or logbooks. Whether it was Joshua Slocum, Francis Chichester, or the old-time sailors and pirates, we saw it too. Our humble voyage is also recorded in the annals of history of sailing on small ships. Sometimes it seems to me as if it was only a dream. Other times I think that the cruise ended only yesterday. The ocean, the miraculous ocean, has 1,000 shapes, and it is only the ocean that decides which of these shapes it will show you. However, I do know that the effects on my feelings were so strong that they will stay with me until I die. I stand on the beach and look at the sunrise on the horizon. The ocean wakes up, and I hear its breath, the sound of waves and wind, the endless cycle of its life. I've been standing here for an hour, as if I was waiting for something. I can smell the strange smell of the sea, which works almost like opium on my nerves. It is the same aroma that I smelled during our sea adventure. Many years have passed since the start of sailing on a home-built sailboat to the Virgin Islands, not far from here. Millions of waves have swept across the ocean since then.